season. Well, Warne Marsh, who loved Bach, by the way, was never, ever as well known as he should have been. And I might say that the peak of his star was when he was officially dubbed a all-star of jazz, a metronome all-star record date. And this is a session that happened in 1953. It features Warne in a magic moment of creativity on How High the Moon, standing alongside of Lester Young, one of his main mentors, and playing in 16 bars jazz. You'll forgive me for listening to the record in the fashion we're going to, but there are a lot of people who agree when we get to Warne's solo that you just got to hear it again.
Somewhere there's music, it's where you are. Somewhere there's heaven, how near, how far. The darkest night would shine if you would come to me soon. Until you will, how still my heart, how high the moon.
Did you like that recording? And we just heard How High the Moon, the Metronome All-Stars, July 9th, 1953. A long record for Warne Marsh listeners because, well, there's this whole dressed-up portion of How High the Moon with Billy Eckstine singing, a little delightful Teddy Wilson on piano. And then the band gets the jam on the second half. And very quickly enters a tenor saxophonist by the name of Warne Marsh, and he, in 16 stunning bars, shows the energy of jazz and the creativity of a major improviser. Both. And he did it with Prez standing right next to him. And it's a masterpiece, and we heard it, 10 times or so, because it is deserving memorization. And if the great solos to sing, why not sing this one when you do Ornithology or How High the Moon? Because this is saying something, and it works as a written-out thing, as it does in terms of the intensity of Warne's individual performance here. The Metronome All-Stars, one of those peak moments in a career that did not have that many real in-the-spotlight memories. Clearly, the opening of Birdland would have to be listed as one of them. Carnegie Hall, on the same bill as Bird, and playing with Lenny Tristano. Just 10 days after. I mean, it must have seemed like the glory was straight ahead, and then it didn't work out quite that way. Warne Marsh had just turned 22, and there he is, the opening night of Birdland, 10 days later, the stage at Carnegie Hall. Nevertheless, he did continue to play music on that level, even if the Emporiums were not of the magnitude of Carnegie Hall or the best-known jazz club that ever was. There was, of course, important record dates. And, of course, this is the next real out-and-out stunning achievement on that level where everybody knows about it, not just those who should know, but everybody hears about it. The Metronome All-Stars, Roy Eldridge, Kai Winding, John LaPorta, Lester Young, Terry Gibbs, Teddy Wilson, Billy Bauer, Eddie Safransky, Max Roach, and Billy Eckstine. I mean, can you get any hotter than that? And that's the deal. And you also, I might mention, will remember that Lee Konitz sort of arranged a kind of a Hollywood Bowl concert in their early West Coast period together in the middle 50s. The half-note broadcasts are not quite at that level, but they were a moment in the spotlight in the late 50s and, of course, working there. And then, there were other moments. But this was a glory day in the jazz life of Warne Marsh. Warne Marsh, who may not have felt all that good, he might have been a trifle edgy, actually, if truth be told, about standing a few feet away from Lester Young, who admittedly is the key figure in his tenor concept, and saying, I'm going to jump in here and do my thing, and then to do your thing so that it is clearly different than Lester Young's thing, clearly still connected to it, and clearly on a level of the magic solos of the grand Lester Young. Well, a lot of people today are very, very deeply troubled that Warne Marsh is dead, that he died early Friday morning at the age of 60. But if something far more tragic had happened, that for some reason Warne Marsh had died on July 10th, 1953, 34 years ago. And this solo came out, and really that, and the Tristano sides would be it. Well, he would still be known as one of the real it guys. His aunt used to rival Clara Bow, so why shouldn't Warne Marsh be an it guy? Warne Marsh on tenor, who hit it right on the mark on How High the Moon, a masterpiece which he never tired of listening to, and we never will either. I'm glad to say that we heard it more than once. The Metronome All-Stars, July 9th, 1953, containing a Tristano seal of approval masterpiece. That means listen to it more than once. How High the Moon, Warne Marsh. And it is certainly something he was most proud of. For the music, for the situation it was made in, and for the fact that it offered rewards even with 1,000 listenings. You're listening to the Warne Marsh Memorial Broadcast, and I might say we'll play this music 1,000 times. This is the first step in a conveyance of a magical figure of genius named Warne Marsh, who can no longer play music for us, but played much music into recording machines that have preserved a highly creative force who rarely sunk below tip-top shape and level, and created a body of recordings that amplify a school of thought which is associated with Lenny Tristano, but is an art of music, which we simply call jazz. Warne Marsh's Jazz, our focus till 9 o'clock, a Warne Marsh Memorial Broadcast. Phil Schaap here with you.